إذاعة عنابة بالتنسيق مع مديرية التربية لولاية عنابة تقدم دروس تعليمية عن بعد للأقسام النهائية في الأطوار التعليمية الثلاث.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين. Well, we carry on with the third unit, which is astronomy and the solar system. We'll start our lesson by reading some sentences, so dear pupils, try to listen to them carefully. Well, let's consider here three sentences. The first one, the sun is more giant than even the largest planets. The second one, the sun is heavier than our planet 300,000 times, and it is the most important source of energy for life on Earth. The third sentence, the twinkling of the stars is less intense than that of the sun because they are far more remote from us than any other heavenly bodies. Now, what do you notice about these three sentences? Of course, in the first sentence, we are comparing between the sun and even the largest planets. In the second one, we are comparing the twinkling of the third sentence, we are comparing the twinkling of the stars and with that of the sun. Here, we have used for the first sentence more plus the adjective giant plus that. And for the second sentence, the sun is heavier than our planet, we have used the adjective heavy plus er plus than. And in the third sentence, we have used less plus the adjective intense plus that. Now, the first sentence we have less plus the adjective. The first sentence we have more, giant plus than. Giant is an adjective. Then we have more plus the adjective remote plus than. Here we have used comparatives of superiority. For less plus adjective intense plus than, we have used the comparative of inferiority. Good. In the second sentence, we are comparing between the sun and our planet. We have used, of course, adjective plus er plus than for comparatives of superiority. Good. We have also compared the sun as a source of energy for life on Earth. We have used here the most plus adjective to refer here to comparatives of superiority. So, we notice that we use comparatives when we compare between two things, two persons, etc. And we use superlatives to compare one in a group. Now, let's draw the rules together. For the comparative form of short adjectives, it is short adjective plus er plus than to refer for superiority. The superlative form of short adjective is the plus adjective plus est to refer for superiority. You certainly ask me, what are short adjectives? Well, these are adjectives with one syllable. Example, tall, small, big, hot, wide. And adjectives with two syllables ending with er, or y, or ow, or le. Example, heavy, narrow, simple, clever. Good. Now, let's move to the comparative form of long adjectives, which is, of course, more plus adjective plus than to refer for superiority, less plus adjective plus than to refer for inferiority. And of course, the superlative form of long adjectives is the most plus adjective to refer for superiority, and the least plus adjective for inferiority. Of course, long adjectives are other adjectives which are formed of two syllables rather than the first adjectives with two syllables that we have talked about with short adjectives which end with er, y, o, or le, and three syllables and more. Good. Besides to the comparative and superlative forms of short and long adjectives, there are also some irregular adjectives. The previous irregular adjectives, which means that the previous rules can't be applied on them. What are these irregular adjectives? These are the irregular adjectives which we can't apply the rule on them. We have good, the adjective good, its comparative form is better than, superlative form, the best. We have bad, the adjective bad, comparative form, worse than, superlative form, the worst. We have many, comparative form, more than, superlative form, the most. We have little, comparative form, less than, superlative form, the least. And we have far, comparative form, farther than, or further than, farther with a, or further with u. So, farther than or further than. The superlative form, the farthest with the a, or the furthest with u. Of course, these irregular adjectives must be learnt by heart. And here I have to notice that more is many is the opposite of little, and more is the opposite of less, and the most is the opposite of least. Good also is the opposite of bad, better is the opposite of worse, the best is the opposite of the worst. And what you notice here, that synonym of an adjective is an adjective, or opposite, of an adjective is an adjective, opposite of a comparative is a comparative, and opposite of a superlative is a superlative. Well, we have also the comparatives of equality, and its rule is as plus adjective plus as. And the comparatives of adverbs, for the comparatives of adverbs, the rules here for the formation of adverbs are the same as those for the formation of adjectives. We have example here, more careful than, careful is an adjective, it becomes more carefully than. Carefully is an adverb, and as you notice here, we have more plus adjective plus that, or more plus adverb plus than, not that, than. Now, I hope that you have understood our lesson for the comparison. Now, let's move to the following task. Rewrite sentence B so that it means the same as sentence A. The first sentence, the Earth is more remote from the Sun than Mercury. The Earth is more remote from the Sun than Mercury. Here we are comparing between the planet Earth and the planet Mercury. This is sentence A. Sentence B, we have started it with Mercury. So, Mercury is less remote from the Sun than Neptune. And here you notice that less is the opposite of more. Good. The second sentence, A, Neptune rotates faster than Venus. Here we are comparing between the planet Neptune and the planet Venus. And we have said that Neptune rotates faster than Venus. To rotate means to turn around. Okay? So, we start the sentence B with Venus. Venus rotates slower than Neptune. And you notice here that slower is the opposite of faster. Good. Sentence 3. Mercury and Venus complete one revolution around the sun more quickly than the Earth. And we have started sentence B with Earth. Earth complete one revolution around the sun less quickly than Mercury and Venus. Good. Sentence 4. Pluto is the least distant planet from the sun. Pluto is the least distant planet from the sun. Distant, the adjective, the synonym for the adjective distant here is remote, far. We have remote and far. And the opposite is near or next to. Sentence B starts with Mercury. So, Mercury is the most distant planet than Pluto. And you notice here that the most is the opposite of the least. Sentence 5. No planet in the solar system is closer to the sun than Mercury. No planet in the solar system is closer to the sun than Mercury. Sentence B, we have started it with Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet in the solar system. Here, we are not comparing between two planets as we have done in the previous sentences. Here, we have comparing Mercury here in the solar system. It means with all the other planets. So we are comparing one in a group. Good. The last sentence, Mercury's diameter is not as large as Neptune's diameter. Here we have inequality. It means here Mercury and Neptune are not equal in their diameter. So sentence B, we started it with Neptune's diameter is. Neptune's diameter is larger than Mercury's diameter. Since Mercury's diameter is not as large as Neptune's diameter, so Neptune's diameter is larger than Mercury's diameter. I have finished our lesson for today. As I always told you, stay safe, stay home. Goodbye.